Ben Cohen, thanks very much for joining me. You're helping the RFU out with their Choose Rugby initiative.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, trying to get numbers back into rugby, and because they've dwindled over the past couple of years, and we know we need to inject some more enthusiasm into young people to get back into playing rugby. You know, well, not just in young people, but you know, people, adults, kids, you know, men, women, it doesn't matter. You know, to go and enjoy playing rugby. Not necessarily the physical side of it, but touch rugby and getting down to local clubs or even in their schools. You know, to go and play rugby and encourage to play rugby.
Fantastic. Well, this time of year, a lot of people will be turning their attention to the sport. None fewer than a few of the Twitter followers that we've been speaking to. So let me kick off. Rowan Birch wants to know if you could play for any club team in the world today. Let's say you're still playing. Who would it be for and why?
I would say probably Northampton again. You know, pardon?
He's a good home boy.
Yeah, I'm a home boy, and you know what? You know, they're a club that I still love very much, and you know, they're you know, had the experience of playing in other teams now. You know, Northampton, they've got fantastic facilities and fantastic supporters, and being a hometown as well. So it'd be Northampton, most definitely.
Great. Blindside Rugby wants to know, as a bigger winger, do you think someone like Matt Banahan should stay on his wing or be switched in to play at 13?
Do you know what? I don't know. I'm not sure whether he's a winger or not, to be honest.
He's a second row.
or a 13. I think he gets away with it at club level, but I don't know really about international level, to be honest with you. And I think he probably did a very good job of playing himself out of the World Cup squad of the weekend. Unfortunately for him, he's a lovely guy.
Fair enough. Cattle Grid want to know, steak or ribs?
What's Cattle Grid? Speed up. Oh, ribs.
Brilliant. Matt O'Shea wants to know, what's your personal best for 100 metres? Must be a while since you've done one of those.
Oh, I think it was something like 10.8 or something stupid. A long time ago.
Not bad, not bad.
A skinny Ben Cohen.
Very good. C. Newton and Ali Keith want to know, what's the favourite match you played in, and the best player you've played with?
Not necessarily a skillful player, but a fantastic leader, and sort of. There's many, especially around that golden era of English rugby. You know, there's someone who would always be underrated massively, and that was someone like Richard Hill. You know, Richard Hill, Will Greenwoods, and your Martin Johnsons, really, that sort of really led by example. And
a particular game that stands out? Apart from the obvious?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, apart from the obvious, yeah, obviously, but actually probably Australia at Twickenham in 2002, and I think that really showed a real gutsy performance to come back from behind to go and win the game, and you know, that just something simple from Martin Johnson. So you know, whatever happens now, that we get into that half and we'll take points, and we did, you know, and we kept on doing that, you know. So it was something actually that was a real defining moment for English rugby, really, and gave us that confidence to go on to win that game. Then go on to smash South Africa, win the Grand Slam, and then really set us up then to go on tour down to New Zealand and Australia.
It was a real sign that you guys were potential world beaters.
Yes, exactly it. Yeah. So I would certainly say that, you know, they were the key people that were very underrated.
Win1 wants to know, what's the best bit of banter you've heard on the field? Is it broadcastable?
Probably not broadcastable. There's been a lot of banter on the field, and I think Newcastle, you know, like the young Johnny Wilkinson, Jamie Noons, and you know, Matthew Tate, you know, Tom May, you know, always come up with some real rubbish chat, you know, and they'd tackle you and say, "Oh, let me just put that stuffing back in," you know, and it's like, what are you on about? You know, they used to do it with fun, but again, Austin Healy was very comical, and Mark Regan was one that was very colourful, so to speak, on the pitch.
Fair enough. And worst roommate?
Steve Thompson.
Straight in with that there was no debate.
No, well, like, he's the only person I really share with, you know, but God, just snores like you wouldn't believe. You know, he's always snoring. In fact, I made him put his mattress in the toilet and go and sleep in the toilet. He's a terrible snorer.
Brilliant. Well, let's just touch on, you've been busy with the Standup Foundation, obviously, campaigning against bullying and homophobia. How's it been going, and what are your ultimate hopes for it?
Actually, it's been fantastic, and it really has been fast moving. It's about obviously combating bullying wherever it occurs, but we specifically look in the LGBT community. We look at homophobia in sport and bullying in sport, and you know, we've been the support of it has been overwhelming, and the foundation is already a success. And you know, creating a brand that will fund the foundation and give it longevity, credibility, and be recognised globally.
And am I right then, it wouldn't be overstating it to suggest that at the moment you're getting feedback that is suggesting you're already kind of saving lives ultimately?
Yeah, I think yeah, well, mostly it is, yeah, that is correct. And the thing with it as well is actually it's about making it known and aware that what happens, that what bullying does and the effects that has, the everlasting emotional effects. And you know, by making it a global brand, that we don't compete with any other brand, any other charity. We actually support our network, you know, and you know, we don't want to double up on work that's already been doing really well on the ground, and we want to support them and go into schools, lower schools, middle schools, upper schools, or high schools, or university, or colleges, and actually show what them effects have and really affect that next generation. And you know, it's almost seemed to the point of actually you don't know who you're bullying, and you're knocking off the course of their life. You know, they could be destined to be world-class sportsmen, the cure for AIDS or cancer, the next prime minister, president. You know, that it's that, you know, it's a shame that actually what happens on the knock-on effect of what bullying has, you know, and that knock-on effect is they become, you know, they become very withdrawn. They don't have the family infrastructure turn outwards, or the friends to turn, inwards to family and outwards to friends, and then, you know, they go off, they run away, or they go and have a real low opinion of themselves, that they could actually go sell their bodies, get AIDS, or do the unthinkable, you know. So it really has a knock-on effect, and you know, all because it could be just one person particularly getting some joy out of bullying someone, you know, verbally or physically. So it's about making a difference on the ground, and we are, you know, which is fantastic.
Great. And if people want to know more about the foundation,
they go to standupfoundation.com.
Standupfoundation.com. There we go. Well, finally, Ben, World Cup 2011 is just around the corner. Looking at this England side, how far are you expecting them to get?
I want England to win. My heart says England every day, but my head says Australia to win. But I think England will get to the semi-finals, and I think that's where the tussle will be. And but who knows? You know, you get to knockout stages, and they're one-off games, and anyone can perform in a one-off game.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for your time.
No problem.